Hello, beautiful. Taking time to smell the roses will remind you of how good God is. Our Creator is beautiful and loving and so kind. But you won't know that if you continue to look back. You have to look ahead. Hello, my friend. Hello, ladies. I just wanted to pop on and encourage your soul. Want you to know that wherever you are not alone. I know it's the V day, the heart day, the love day. I know what those days are like being by yourself. I know what those days are like being in love or being with someone. I just want to encourage you on today. I want you to know that no matter where you are not alone. If you're single, if you're in a relationship but do not celebrate the V Day, Valentine's Day, wherever you are on this journey of becoming, whether you're married, wherever you are not alone. And I know that, a lot of us think that these commercialized or man-made holidays, you have to do all of the things. Don't get me wrong, because I love beautiful roses. I love flowers. I love it. In fact, when they're given to me, I'm just blushing from ear to ear. When I buy them myself, I'm still blushing from ear to ear. But I know a lot of you think that because you're a Christian woman, or you're a Christian woman, a believer, that you cannot enjoy still the finer things. You can. Being single does not mean that your life is over. Being single does not mean that you have to be lonely. It does not mean those things. Being single is an opportunity for God to really take control of your life. It's an opportunity for you to get to know God, get to know yourself. Being single is one of the next best great things. And the reason why I said that, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy being married, I enjoy dating, I enjoy, having relationships. But it wasn't until after my divorce that I really, really got a chance to know who Darnice is. And a lot of times I was so busy taking care of others that I had some alone time. I had time by myself, but nothing like the particular season when God set me alone. Like God literally had me alone, isolated for a reason. And it wasn't a bad isolation, but it was an isolation. It was a time for me to grow. It was a time for me to get to know myself and get to know God all the more. A lot of times we do this self-reflecting, and in doing the self-reflecting, it can pull out the good and pull out the bad, baby. But I want to encourage all of you that if you're in this place of being by yourself, it doesn't mean that you have to be lonely. What you have to do is make sure that you're spending that time with yourself and getting to know yourself. And as you're getting to know the good, the bad, and the ugly part of you, you have to again connect with God, have that relationship with God to allow Him to do a work in you. And Him doing a work in you is going to help you grow, number one, because it is the glow up season, right? We have to grow into the glow. But you have to allow God to be able to do that work in you, because that will help you overcome the bad part. That will help you overcome, or not even overcome, but rid yourself of the ugly parts in you. Being single, as the old folks used to say, saved and single, single and saved, however you want to put it. Being single, and as a Christian woman, a lot of times God is redirecting our footsteps. He's ordering our footsteps, but redirecting our footsteps. And that redirection says, I am sure, and I'm 100% sure and certain that redirection is for your protection. So know this, the redirection is for your protection. As you are by yourself, don't worry about the holiday. Don't worry about the man-made holiday. You're going to love yourself unconditionally 365 days of the year. Unconditionally, unapologetically, you want to serve God. As the believer, you want to continuously serve him and seek him so that he can do a new work in you. And you'll soon realize that when these man-made holidays come upon us, that it's just another day. And don't get me wrong, I really appreciate my guests. So for those of you who, did a thing for the girl, I really truly appreciate you, and I really am honored to feel loved. So again, the V-Day, the holiday, the Valentine's Day, the Love Day, whatever people want to call it, however you put it, you show love 365 days a year. And as you saw in the clip, walking forward, this is the way that we're going. But sometimes a lot of us tend to look back. A lot of times we tend to look down. But we have to stay focused on moving forward. We have to stay focused on what's in front of us. And God is leading us. He's leading us and he's pulling us in this direction. But if he's pulling us in this direction, he's telling us to come on. So we must follow him. But if we continue to look back, we're going to miss what God has for us. And you'll see, as I talk about how Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt just by looking back, so stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on Jesus Christ. Continue to serve him. Don't worry about what's going on around you. Show yourself some love today. Show yourself 365 days. Show yourself love. Self-love is what it's all about. And again, your girl, leading Lady Dar, just wanted to come on and encourage you, to let you know you are not alone. You are not alone, okay? No matter what's going on, no matter how many posts you've seen today with roses, no matter how many posts you've seen with husbands and wives, no matter how many posts you've seen people at dinner tables and toasting, and it does feel good. Trust me, by all means, I'm grateful. I am very grateful. But still wanting to encourage you that no matter what it looks like, social media posts, no matter what it looks like, as I was out and about and coming in and, just seeing different things, I love Black love. I really, truly love Black love. But in the midst of loving Black love does not mean that the girl or that you should settle for anything. That's not what we're going to do. Not in this season, not now, not never. So I want you to know that once you have that relationship with God, you'll discover and establish that discernment. And trust me, it will weed out the uglies. I didn't mean to say that. It will weed out those that don't mean you no good. We'll put it that way. But I do want to, I just want to encourage you, and I want to tell you this. Continue to look forward as God is pulling you closer to him. Continue to move forward. Don't just look forward, but move in his direction. Because I guarantee you that whatever it is that you're looking back at, if it's something that God has pulled you out of, looking back at or going back to, if it's something that's going to take you out of the will of God, baby, you already know that's not for you. And I really can't go into my whole entire message, but I guess I'll share a bit of it with you. And speaking to my bishop, love my bishop to death. This man is just, he teaches the word. But having a Sunday service, he spoke on, was talking about how God spoke to Abraham. Abraham was told that he was going to have a child, and he's looking at his age, and then he's looking at Sarah, and it's like, okay, how are we going to do this? But Sarah and her wisdom, do you want to call it wisdom or stupidity? We'll call it stupidity, decides, I got this. Send her husband in a tent to go ahead and handle things with their maidservant, Hagar, and voila, she gets pregnant. Long story short, Hagar is, having some problems or issues with Sarah. She takes off running away from the problems. God sent her back. She wound up going back. So there's times, yes, when God will say, I have to have you go back there, or you must go back over there. But by all means, honey, if God has not spoke those words to you and told you to go back, don't go back. Now, here was a message on Sunday my bishop delivered very, 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 very quickly, speaking in terms of going back. Honey, the girl nerves was rattled because it was like, what? You want me to go back to what? But thank God for my bishop and our friendship, our father-daughter relationship. He breaks down the word for you, but then he'll also make himself available to you to discuss that word. And he did just that because the girl was like, wait, this can't be it. But have you know, every time a word that is dropped in a pulpit doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually for you to apply to particular or to all situations in your life. Thank God for that, okay? But saying this to say, baby, keep your eyes this way. Sometimes we can look back to reflect on certain things to help continue to push us along. But baby, don't keep looking back and don't go back. If God didn't give you the word and speak that word to you and tell you it's time for you to go back, don't do it. So no matter what it looks like, no matter what it look like out here, no matter what people are posting, baby, if God has you single if he have you single right now in this season, it is for a reason. So just be comfortable, get comfortable with yourself, date yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? Date yourself, love yourself, and just make sure that you include him in. Include him in all that you do. So you won't have to say, I'm lonely. You might be alone for a minute, but you won't be lonely. There is such a difference, okay? So I'm your girl, Lady Dar, and I'm gonna just say this one more thing here. That's all right. Have a good night.